Hello everyone, Namaste and welcome back to my channel. My name is Trishala and today I have a 30-minute full body yoga routine that's also super beginner friendly. So when you're ready, lie down on your back in a Savasana, separating the feet to around mat width and taking your hands away from the sides of your body. Closing your eyes, allowing your body to remain super relaxed and not holding tension in any of your limbs. Let's take this time to be aware of the breath inside the body, noticing that with each inhalation your abdomen rises and with each exhalation the abdomen falls down towards the spine. From here, count 10 breaths, not altering the state of your breathing naturally but counting 10 breaths. If you find that you've lost your count, then go back and restart your counting from 0 all the way up until 10. We're starting off today's practice with just a short relaxation, and becoming aware of the breathing will help you concentrate and be more in tune with the body. So I always find doing this before my practice is super helpful to notice how I'm feeling. And if you have the time after today's class, then you can redo this and check in with yourself to see how you're feeling after completing all of the practices and compare the state of your mind and your body from when you started to when you finished class. Okay, from here, rub your palms together just to create some heat between your hands and place your palms over your closed eyes, opening your eyes inside of your closed palms. From here, we're going to start off by warming up the spine just by doing a few gentle twists. So bend your knees and bring your feet close to the back of your thighs, placing your feet on the floor and taking your hands behind your head and interlocking your fingers. From here, take your feet off the floor, and as you breathe out, twist your knees over to the right side and your head twists towards the left. Come to the center, twist over to the left side now, and head comes towards the right side. Let's do this 2 more times in this twist, just taking the time to twist over to each side, feeling a nice stretch along the sides of the waist and a twist for the spine. You can keep your eyes closed or open here, whatever feels comfortable for you, but make sure your shoulders remain in contact with the floor and you're staying as comfortable as you can in the practice. On your last round, you can also hold just for 5 counts, counting this by yourself to give your back and your waist a little bit more of a stretch. Okay, come back to the center now, bringing your feet back down to the floor, adjusting yourself here if you need to. And now open up your hands towards the sides along your shoulder line. Now straighten out your legs so that both the sides of your feet are touching each other and turn the toes towards the head. From here, lift your left knee up, bending your knee, placing the left foot on top of the right knee, and take your right hand to the outside of the left knee and bring it down towards the right side, twisting over and looking at your left hand. Come back to the center. Bring your feet and hand down to the floor, and now bring the right leg up, bending the right knee, placing the right foot on top of the left knee and using the left hand to twist over to the left side. Turn your head to the right. Come back to the center. Now let's add the breath. So breathing in, bring the left foot on top of the right knee, and as you breathe out, twist over to the right side using your right hand to bring the left knee down to the floor. Breathing in, come back to the center and release your leg. Now for the right leg as well. Breathing in, take the right knee, bend it, place the right foot on top of the left knee, twist over to the left side as you breathe out, using your left hand to bring the knee close to the floor. Come back to the center as you breathe in, and breathing out, straighten out your right leg. Breathing in, left leg, twist over to the right side as you breathe out. Take your head towards the left side, feeling a gentle twist for the right side of your neck. Breathe in, come to the center, and breathe out. Release that leg and hand back to the floor. Breathing in, right knee, twist over to the left side. Turn your head to the right, feeling a stretch for the left side of your neck and the right side of your waist now. Breathe in, center, and breathing out, let go of your leg. Okay, come into a quick Shavasana just for a moment and take a few deep breaths here to notice how your spine is feeling after those twisting moments. Now bring your legs back together, place your hands by the side, point your toes towards the head and breathe in, bend your right knee, bring it up towards your chest, and as you breathe out, interlock your fingers over your shin and pull the knee close to the chest. Release that right leg back to the floor, bring it close to your left foot. And now take the left leg up, bending the knee, taking your hands over your shin and pulling the left knee close to the chest as you breathe out. Hold the breath out here just for a few moments to feel a nice release for your lower back and to release any tension in the back of your thigh. Breathing in, come to the right side, pull your right knee close to the chest. Hold the breath out, feel a nice stretch for the backside of your right leg and giving your abdomen and internal organs a nice massage. Now for the left side, bring the knee up towards the chest, interlock your fingers over your shins and pull the left knee close to the chest. Make sure to keep that right knee on the floor super straight and keeping that right leg active. Let's do that just one more time on each side. This time remembering to make sure that you're pulling the knee close to the chest while keeping that left leg super active on the floor by pointing the left toes towards the head. Make sure to remember all of the points of your stretch, the back side of your thigh, the lower back, and giving your abdomen a gentle push and a massage for your internal organs. Okay, bring the left leg back to the floor now. Okay, now that our back is feeling super warm, let's now dynamically massage the back by performing our rocking movements to sit up. So bend your knees and take your feet off the floor, holding the back of your shins. From here, take your feet up towards the top of your head and use the momentum to try and rock the length of your spine. If you can also bring the toes towards the back of your head so that they can touch the floor. This is such a nice way to use the weight of your body to massage the entire length of your spine along the sides of your back as well. So take your time to do this as many times as you feel comfortable and then come into a Vajrasana at the back of your mats. So come into Vajrasana by folding your knees underneath you and sitting on the back of your heels. And from here, move forward just a little bit if you need to, so that you can have some space behind you. Make sure that you also have space surrounding your body so that you can use your hands in this posture. So come into a kneeling position with your knees right below your hips and raise your hands at shoulder line. From here, as you breathe out, twist towards the left side, bringing your left fingertips on top of your left heel and point your right hand in front of you. Breathe in, come to the center. Breathe out, twist to the right side now, bringing your right hands on top of your right heel and pointing your left hand in front of you. Let's do that a few more times. Just as you breathe in, come to the center, breathe out, twist over to the right side, taking your left hand in front of you. Let's do this a few more times. Make sure that your hips are pointing towards the front side of your mat and your thighs are super perpendicular to the floor, and you're using the strength of your lower back to twist to one side as you hold in the position. This is a really good pose to strengthen your lower back and the tops of your thighs. Let's do that one more time on each side, but this time we're going to hold in the posture. So come into your left twist, hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to the center now. And we're going to twist over to the right side, point your left fingers in front of you, and this time maybe try to take your hips just slightly forward and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to the center, sit back in your Vajrasana, take your hands over the tops of your knees now. So close your eyes and see how you're feeling. Maybe your breathing is slightly on the higher side, so take a few deep breaths to calm your heart rate and bring your breathing back to normal. When you're ready, straighten out your legs in front of you and then bend your legs one by one so that you can flop the knees over to the side and bring the soles of your feet together. We're going to take this time to perform some dynamic butterfly stretches so that we can release any tension on the inner thighs and for your hips as well. So take your time to bounce your knees up and down slowly at first so that you can really warm up your hips, and then if you're feeling comfortable and you want to improve the flexibility in your hips, you can increase the speed at which you bounce your legs up and down. From here, if you like, you can also bend over your feet to try to bring your chin as close as possible to your toes. So if you're interested in holding in a nice stretch for your hips, then take your hands towards the front of your feet and fold over your legs, trying to actively bring both the knees down towards the floor. So do this maybe even dynamically a few times, breathing in as you come up and breathing out as you fold over your legs. Okay, then bring both the knees back to the center and straighten out your feet here. Okay, let's work on the strength of our abs here. So we're going to imagine that we're rowing a boat, and this pose is called rowing a boat pose. So I've attached a little clip here that you can look at before you start your own practice, just to get an idea of how this pose works, because it is super dynamic. So bend your elbows, make a fist with both your hands with your thumb inside, and let the back of your forearms face the front side of the mat. As you breathe in, bend back and straighten your elbows up over the head, breathing out as you bend over your thighs and pull the oars of the boat back to the central position with your elbows bent. That makes one round, but we're going to do this 6 more times to complete 7 rounds. So, breathing in as you bend back, take your hands up over the head, breathing out as you bend over your legs, pulling the oars of the boat back to your central position. So make sure to keep your toes super pointed towards the head. That helps you keep your legs active throughout the practice and gives you a lot of stability as you move in this pose. I know that this is a super challenging pose, but it is so good for the backs of your legs and for your internal organs, giving your abdomen a nice massage. Now, from here, we're going to do that in the opposite direction. So, as you breathe in, bend over your legs, straightening out your elbows, take your hands up towards the head, bend back, and perform your rowing in the opposite direction as if you were trying to go back from where you started in your boat. So take this at your own pace. If you're not comfortable doing as many rounds as we are here, then maybe you'd like to reduce the number of rounds you want to do in each direction. You could also come into a cat or tiger pose just to take this time here as we complete the rowing to perform something else that's more comfortable on your body. This is going to be the last round. Make sure to take your time to complete your 7 rounds if you're doing it slower than I am here today. From here, we're going to stretch it out. So bring your wrists beneath your shoulders, pointing your fingers towards the front side of your mat. Now bend your feet so that you can place the soles of your feet on the floor, and then lift your hips up, coming into a tabletop position, pointing your hands towards the front side of your mat will help you stretch out the front of your shoulders. So take this time to perform this counter pose that feels super nice on your shoulders, because we're going to work on our abs just a little bit more. Okay, come back down now, and this time separate your legs by about mat width distance, making sure to keep your back super straight to begin with. Point your toes as always to make your legs active, and now interlock your fingers in front of the chest by bending your elbows first, and then straighten out your hands at shoulder line, keeping those hands interlocked. I've inserted here once again a clip of how this practice is to be done, because it is difficult to explain it when it's happening so dynamically. So take a look here just for a moment. The aim of this practice is to keep the elbows super straight throughout and the legs straight as well. So we're really using the strength of our upper body and the flexibility in the hips to make a circular motion, first starting off by going over the left foot, taking your body back so that you can keep your elbows straight, and then rolling over your right leg to take those hands over the right foot. We're going to do this 7 times in this direction, and as you would have guessed, we have to do that in the opposite direction as well. So take your hands over the right leg, go back over the left leg and front. This makes 1 round, so make sure to keep count of your practice. I know that this is challenging, but you don't have much more to go, and I promise you a nice little stretch after you're done. So really use your toes, point them towards the head, and this keeps the legs super active, making sure that your knees are straight throughout the practice, just like your elbows, and you can feel a nice massage for your abdomen as well as the sides of your waist in this practice. So the rowing the boat pose was a real nice massage for the internal organs in the vertical direction, but this pose also helps you you to churn your internal organs a little bit in the horizontal direction, giving you a nice massage for the sides of the waist. From here, come back into that table pose and take your time here to relax, feeling a nice stretch for the front of your shoulders, your chest, and also releasing tension in your hip flexors. We're going to come into that nice stretch now that I promised you. So come back down and bounce your knees up and down just to relieve any tension here. And now bring your legs back to the center, coming into an active position once again. I promise we're done with the abdominal work. So now bend your left leg, take your knee over to the left side, allowing the sole of your left foot to come into your right inner thigh. Place your palms over your right knee. Look at your right toes, make them active, pointing it towards the head. Take your hands up now over the head and just wiggle your spine a little to create some stretch here between your vertebrae. And then bend over your right leg, trying to catch hold of your toes. If you're not comfortable keeping your knee straighter, you're always welcome to bend your knee. Make sure to keep that spine super straight. So when you hold your toes, try to make an effort to go back slightly, ensuring that your spine remains straight. Remember that your abdomen should be in contact with the upper thigh for you to bend over your leg really nicely. So stay wherever feels comfortable for you. That may be just holding your toes with your knees bent, or if you'd like and you want to work on your flexibility a little bit more, then making sure to bend over your leg, keeping the back super straight and making sure that there is contact between your abdomen and your upper thigh. So let's hold here, closing our eyes. Let's now come into a bit of a twist. So take your right index finger and hook your right big toe. From here, open up your left hand towards the back side of your mat so that you create a little twist in your spine. Remain here for a gentle twist, or if you'd like, take your left hand up towards the ceiling first and then bring that left hand back to meet your right toes. But this time we're doing this in a twist. So take your time to settle into the posture. This should give you a really nice stretch for the back of your left side and creating a nice stretch for your right hamstring. So really use your chest here and twist over to the left side so that you can look up at the ceiling. You can close your eyes or keep them open as you wish. We're staying here just for a few more moments to feel that stretch and make sure to get really comfortable in the posture. Okay, come back up now. Take your hands towards the back side of the mat. Bring it back to the front. Look over your right toes and take your hands up over the head, bringing them back to the right knee. So remember to always come out of your postures just how you went into them. That'll keep your mind super concentrated and make sure to get out of the posture in a safe manner. Okay, let's now do that for the other side as well. So this time bend your right knee, flop it over to the side, bringing the sole of your right foot to the inner left thigh. Take your hand over your left knee, making sure to point your left toes towards the head. Take your hands up over the head, and if you'd like, just wiggle here for a few moments and then bend over your left leg, trying to bring your fingertips to your left toes. Remember, you can always bend your left knee here to catch hold of your toes. It is important to bring your hand to your toes so that you're not hovering in any position. From here, bend over your left knee if you'd like, as long as you can feel your abdomen is in contact with your left upper thigh. Make sure to use your back and keep the back super straight as you bend over so that you're not rounding your shoulders in this position. Feel a nice stretch for the left hamstrings now, and maybe a slightly deeper stretch on the right side of the waist and the lower back as well. Okay, now let's come into that twist. So use your left index finger, hook your left big toe. Let your right hand go towards the back side of your mat, open up your chest and twist over to the right side now. Stay here if you feel comfortable, or you can take your right hand up towards the ceiling first and come as close as you can to your left big toes. In this position, it is not as important to bring your right hand towards your toes, so stay in a position that feels comfortable for you, making sure to keep your left leg active and this time opening up towards the right side so that you can feel a twist in your spine, including a nice stretch for the right side of the back as well as the right waist and the entire right side of the body. So close your eyes if you're feeling comfortable to do so here. Stay here for as long as you'd like, and when you're ready, come back up towards your seated position just like you went into this posture. So remember all of the movements we did to get into this place, and then just track your way back to come into a seated position with both of your legs outstretched. I hope that those twists felt super nice and super satisfying. Don't worry about your flexibility or how long it takes you to get to an advanced posture. I've lost a lot of flexibility over the years, but it doesn't mean that we can't enjoy these twists to the best of our abilities. Okay, now we're going to come into the last relaxation pose of class, and here I'm choosing to do a Shashankasana just to come into something that feels really comfortable for me. But as I mentioned in the start of class today, you can also come into a Shavasana on your backs just like we started off class, so that you can really use this time to reflect on all of the practices that we completed in today's class and see how your body is feeling now after you've done all of these asanas. This is a great way to really check in with yourself, keeping the eyes closed, making sure to relax before you start yoga and after you're done as well. So choose the asana of your choice here and stay here for as long as you'd like. That's going to be all from me today though. I hope that you've enjoyed this 30-minute full body workout and you enjoyed doing a little bit more of ab work with me. So when you're ready to come up, then keeping your eyes closed, perform your palming once again to create some heat between your palms and place them over your closed eyes. If you enjoyed this workout, then please give this video a like below and let me know how you're feeling in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this in the future, and share this with a friend or family member you think may find it helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.